everyone, this is Friday, January 14th, 2010, and this is, well, we're not really sure what this is because it's not daily anymore, so maybe we should change the name. Or maybe we should leave it how it is. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Take a vote. So first things first, let's talk about some news. After all, that's why we're all here. Apparently, a lizard has been found in some processed food again. This time it was alive. A Mediterranean gecko was found. It was alive, and the lady, at first she was startled, but she eventually caught the lizard, brought it to the vet where it's being rehabilitated after its 1,000-mile journey, refrigerated journey for that matter, to its destination where it was finally found. And on to our next story. An education director was apparently bit by a snake in a classroom, and he captured the snake and put it in a bag, and on his way to the hospital he stopped by the vet to have it positively identified as a puff adder. So he not only did he stop by the vet, he then got back in his car and he pretty much lost the use of his hand, so he had to shift and drive with one hand to a clinic. The clinic referred him to another place for his anti-venom, where he got back in his car and drove there even. There, the conservation department did step in and come to the vet to get the snake where it was left. There's no word on what they're going to do with the snake, but the director is apparently expected to make a full recovery. And a pretty big story. Apparently $45,000 in snakes had been stolen from a shop. I believe it was 66 snakes and lizards, and these snakes were imported from the US, and it's apparently devastated the family that owned the shop, as they imported these snakes as babies and raised them up, and I guess they were hoping to start a business. The snakes were stolen. There was no surveillance system. Police really have no clues other than they believe that it was potentially a previous customer who knew the layout of the shop, and it appeared to them that this was somebody that knew what they were doing and knew what they were looking for. And a pretty sweet story coming out of Haiti. Apparently some researchers were over there looking for a grass frog that hasn't been observed out in the wild for the last 25 years. They came up empty-handed. They didn't find their grass frog, but they found 6 previously thought to be extinct frog species in Haiti. It's just awesome. They say that due to deforestation and the earthquakes there and stuff, the habitat's just been devastated, but this gives them new hope that a lot of these species that are believed to be extinct or close to it are doing a lot better off, and they're keeping their hopes high for the biodiversity of their country. And we talked a little bit about this last week, and you know, another orange alligator has been photographed. This one about a year ago, though. You see the picture right here. This one came out of Texas, and you can see that this alligator is right near an old rusty culvert where it lived, and it's believed that that's where the coloration came from, was from the rust. And it's also believed that chances are where this one in Florida was photographed is also somewhere near an old rusty culvert, and that's probably where the coloration came from. Now, there's been a lot of theories on how this happened. One of the theories that I read about was the University of Florida, one of their colors is orange, and their team mascot happens to be an alligator, so there was a little discussion about possibly some university students playing a sick joke with some orange paint on a wild alligator, but I don't know. I haven't really heard anything. I've heard anywhere from researchers saying, as we reported last week, mix between you know, almost albino and normal, to paint, to dirt and mud or whatever. I don't think anything has been set in stone yet, but this rusty culvert thing seems like a pretty likely cause. And now we have a new little spot called This and That. You might have seen it on the website. This is just you know, I find some weird stuff on the internet. We all find weird stuff on the internet, but I was posting this stuff on my blog page on the website, and I kind of set aside its own thing, and it's kind of turned into its own thing almost. We found, let's see, one day we've got the turtle here, and oh, there's the new lizard species. For those of you that have been questioning that, it's a joke. It's not, there's not really half leopard gecko, half cat. I was talking to somebody on Facebook and looking at some of the leopard gecko morphs that they offer for sale, and I did a search and found that it was pretty funny though. Baby bat, there's a baby bat right there. That's that's pretty good. I can't believe how cute they are when they're young. And of course we have this picture right here, which I put on the website. I wanted everybody to put a caption on it, but nobody did. Go there now, check it out in the This and That section, and caption it. I think we can probably come up with some pretty hilarious captions for that picture. And now of course we have the new little spot that everybody's probably been waiting for, the Herps and Chicks spot. And you know, there were a couple entries this last week, and I gotta give it to Brittany because she wrote DRN, our initials, in a special place. And well, here's the picture. You see, writing the initials in a special place gets you right at the top every time. Never fails. And then, of course, we had Beth also sent in a picture. There you go. There's two of them this week. Those two are also on the website. Brittany's YouTube channel is also on the website, and I'll put a link right down here somewhere for her channel too. And of course, I can't leave you today without a question of the day, and that question is going to actually stem about what we're doing here and the website. Do you think does the website look too cluttered, too confusing, just too much crap in your face when you go there? I had the opportunity to speak with some people, some marketing people and regular people right on Facebook, and that seems to be almost the consensus. I also had the opportunity a couple Mondays ago to have a meeting with a local marketing person who went over the website and also agreed that it might be a little too overwhelming for the readers, which is why I started getting rid of a lot of content there. Let me know what you think. Leave a text comment or a video response below. And of course, that has been all your news for this Friday, January 14, 2010. If you'd like to read any more of these stories, plus some, those links are right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other.